So today we're going to be checking out some people melting down over the TV license in the UK. This is going to be one of the silliest payments we have to make. It's like £180 to watch TV, but there's a bunch of stipulations. It's kind of got to the point where no one wants to pay it anymore. Bunch of people are cancelling it. No one really watches the traditional TV anymore. Like no one's really watching BBC, ITV, even live TV for the most part. I'd say most people are watching YouTube, watching Netflix, watching Amazon Prime, whatever. And the TV license people aren't happy about it. And they're trying to force people to pay it. So today we're going to have a look at some people just absolutely melting down about it. Be sure to let me know your thoughts on the TV license in the comments below. And yeah, without further ado, we're going to get into this.
Why is TV licensing allowed to blatantly lie to members of the public in order to scare them into paying up? And the dumbest part is, all the evidence of them lying is literally in the letters that they send out to everyone. Let's go through a quick example. I got this letter at the end of 2024. Official notice, investigation opened. Okay, so they've just opened an investigation into my address.
They can open as many investigations as they want. They're probably not going to follow up on it. Like, if you don't actually watch TV, and I'm not talking about Netflix, right? I think the rules are that you have to, if you watch live TV, then you have to pay for it, right? Which doesn't make any sense because I'm pretty sure the TV license funds BBC or government funded TV. So I'm not sure why you would need to pay TV license to watch like Sky or to watch football or something. I don't know why you'd have to pay for that. But in terms of just watching like movies and stuff, I'm pretty sure it only applies to live content. So if you don't watch any live content, then I don't think you need to worry about it. And if they come to your house, just don't let them come in, bro. They have no right to come in your house anyway, as far as I know. So
okay, fair enough. A month later, at the end of January of this year, I get this ominous letter. Will you be in on the 19th of February? It doesn't really matter because no one came to the door. It was literally an idle threat. Also, sorry, I was using this as a notepad for something which is probably the only use people ever get out of these letters. But look at this. A bit more recently, at the end of April, I got another letter. Official notice, investigation opened. Oh, I thought we already did that. So wait, you opened the investigation again? What are you guys doing exactly? Basically, this letter, I just checked, it has exactly the same text on it. It's just a copy and paste.
I mean, they probably just keep sending them out to people who haven't paid it. Like, if you haven't paid it and they have it on record that you haven't paid it, they probably just keep sending you letters to try and scare you into paying it. And that will work on some people. I think especially older people who may be a bit more scared of the law or a bit more used to paying it or whatever it may be. Or people who just don't understand it. They get a letter from somebody threatening that they need to pay and they, whatever it may be, and they get scared and they pay the money anyway. I just think that shows how illegitimate it can be. Like, if they have to send threatening letters, bro, if they have to constantly send the same letter to you and then try and make things up to why you have to pay it, I think they should maybe reevaluate themselves and see, like, what value are we actually providing for this money? And maybe they should get funding another way. And if they can't self-sustain, like, I think if the BBC, no one wants to watch it anymore and no one cares about the programs they have on it, why the hell is it still going? Just write it off. Just write it off and move on.
So for whatever reason, they are just duplicating through this random selection of letters in the hopes that someone will get scared and actually pay their stupid, scammy license fee that no one is paying anymore. So yeah, TV license people, why are you just sending out random letters? Why are you lying to the public? Why are you eroding any last respect that anyone ever had for your organization? Are you digging your own grave? Are you scared? Are you scared no one's paying your fees? Send me another letter. Go on.
Let's be honest. The only reason they do it, no one's paying it anymore. No one really uses the services. Everyone realizes it's too much for what they provide and they don't use it. They feel they shouldn't pay, so they don't pay. And for the most part, they're just trying to use scare tactics to get you to pay. And yeah, if I was you and I didn't watch live TV, which I don't because I don't pay it personally, I don't watch live TV, brother. My TV is literally off by the plug, bro. Like, we weren't even going to mount it to the wall when we moved in here because we don't use it, bro. The only time I might use it is if we play, like, video games or something. That's it. Like, I very rarely use the TV, and I never watch live TV, so, yeah.
Another day, another delight of living in the UK. I have once again been summoned by TV licensing, and now they've decided on a new tactic. The 10-day window! Which is essentially them just threatening that we're going to come down in 10 days if you don't license yourself. You've already threatened me with enforcement visits multiple times, and I've already told you to get to fuck because I don't have to pay for a TV license. I don't watch live TV. I don't record live TV. I don't give a fuck about live TV. I couldn't give a shit. The vast majority of my entertainment comes from YouTube, which isn't live. And yet another delight is my TV, which is there for the Switch. And occasionally, I like to watch movies on that little blue hard drive there. Neither of which is live TV, so get fucked. You're getting no money. Stop harassing me. And if you send an agent to my fucking house, I'll be telling him exactly the same thing.
And like I said, I think that's most people's stand on it these days. Like, if you don't use it for live TV, it is what it is. Most people use it for video games. Most people use it for watching Netflix or watching movies or whatever. I don't think people are just out here watching EastEnders anymore, bro. Like, who's watching programmed TV in 2025? It's mad. Like, personally, maybe it's just the younger people, but I watch a lot more YouTube. I watch basically only YouTube and movies, and that's about it, really.
Don't pay your TV license unless you do these 3 things. You only need to pay the £174.50 if first you watch live TV on terrestrial, second use BBC iPlayer, watch any other live TV on any streaming service. And unfortunately, this is for any device anywhere. So if you have a tablet, a phone, or you watch anything on any platform, you still have to have a TV license for your household. But make sure you don't bother paying it if you don't do those 3 things and follow For Everything Money.
So I'm intrigued what any other live TV means on any other streaming service. Because look, I understand terrestrial TV and BBC iPlayer, but what does any other live TV? Does that mean you're watching like it through Amazon? You're watching live TV that's like programmed from one of these places? What about live sports? What if you're watching live sports broadcast by Amazon Prime or something like that? Does that mean, or NBA TV or whatever, does that mean you have to pay TV license for that? Even though it has nothing to do with them? Because that to me doesn't make any sense why they would be charging you for watching live TV that isn't, you know, the normal programming. Like, you guys let me know, bro. Should people who watch things on a live streaming platform, like maybe Netflix, who sometimes stream sports, or Amazon Prime, who sometimes stream sports, should they have to pay a TV license? I don't think that is I don't think that's just, personally. I think that's kind of crazy, bro.
TV licensing have been sending me the most threatening letters for the past, 5 weeks now. So when I moved into this flat, they sent me letters and they were like, you need to get a TV license. I was like, I don't even have Wi-Fi at my flat. I don't even have my terrestrial TV. Let me compose myself. So I went online, I told them I don't need a TV license, and they were like, okay, fine, but we're gonna come and check. And I was like, come and check then. Bear in mind, I'm literally never at home. I'm in the office 5 days a week. I live in a huge apartment building, so I don't know how they're supposed to find their way into my flat. Then they sent me a letter saying you'll have a visit on the 9th of July. I was like, okay, fine, come on the 9th of July. First of all, I won't be here, so good luck. Second of all you're gonna see is that I don't watch TV. Like, I have a TV there that plays Netflix, and that's about it. Visit temporarily on hold, so what, now they're suddenly not coming? I think we should actually get them done for harassment. You can't send...
I'm intrigued to see how many of these letters they send out and how many visits they actually make. Because later in this video, we will see some people visiting houses. And a lot of them, they all look the same, bro. They're all these old, bold white men who look pretty pathetic trying to come into your house and have a look. Yeah, if you go onto TikTok, you'll see a bunch of the same thing of people just basically telling these people to get out. And they can't really go into your house unless they have a right to go in there. If they have police with them, maybe they can. But other than that, they can't come into your house or do anything. So, yeah.
What I'm about to show you is very real. This came through my door from the UK government. Are you ready? This is what happens in the UK. Okay. This letter here. Let's read it. I blanked out my address. Okay, it says, officers have now been authorised a visit. Let's read it. It's talking about having a TV licence. Yep, a licence for your TV. It says here, an enforcement officer will have an authorised visit to my address. If I don't get a licence, which I don't agree with, it could lead...
Now, what I will say, I'm pretty sure you can opt out of a TV licence, though. I am pretty sure if you go on the website or you go online, there's a way to opt out of it where they won't send you letters anymore. Maybe it changes a year on year. You may have to opt out of it every single year, but I'm pretty sure they won't send you the letters if you do opt out of it. I think that is important to notice, or to note here.
2, in big, bold letters there, prosecution or a fine of up to £1,000. I'll put the conversion rate here.
I mean, again, if you are actually watching TV without a TV license, is there any surprise that you would get a fine for it? Like, yes, you will get a fine. Just like if you drive without insurance, you will get a fine, or your car will get impounded, or if you drive without road tax or whatever it may be. You may think that it's nonsense, but unfortunately it is the law that if you do watch live TV, you do need a TV license. So if you're actively doing that and avoiding it, then it does make sense that they will fine you. I understand if you don't watch it, you can just opt out of it. Like I said, that makes more sense rather than complaining about it then, I guess, in that sense.
Guys, I had a visit from the TV license man the other day. What a bloody job. Can you imagine this? So the doorbell rang. As we know, I don't like unexpected. I went to the window, I was like, hello, hello.
No one likes unexpected visitors, bro. There's nothing worse than some random you just knocking on your door for no reason, bro. It used to be Jehovah's Witnesses like 10 years ago. They used to come around. One time I entertained it, bro. And this old woman, she was just there. She was just chatting. She must have been new as well, because she was just out there chatting for like 30 minutes. And she was stuttering and she was having to read the script. And I was like, what's going on? I just asked her like 2 questions and she was just like stuttering. Like, and it's like, okay, bro, like, why are you wasting my time and everyone else's time doing this shit? It used to be charity as well. Charities used to come around all the time. And like people selling insurance. I haven't seen them for years though. Years that people come in and knocking on my door. Very rarely now do people come and do it. But it was very intrusive back in the day. Nowadays, I feel like they realize people don't like that shit. Everyone buys stuff online. You don't need to come around and knock on doors anymore. Which is probably why every time someone knocks on your door now, it feels like it's definitely going to be trouble, bro.
He's like, oh yeah, my name's XYZ and I'm from TV License. What are you doing here? Are you lost? He's like, oh, are you Roche? I said, I am. Why? He's like, oh, it's come to our attention you haven't paid your TV license. That's because I don't own a TV. He's like, you don't own a TV? I don't own a TV. I said, oh, okay, do you stream anything? Netflix, BBC, Prime? No, I don't stream. He's like, you don't stream anything? Why are you peer pressuring me? I said, no, I don't stream anything. I said, the most I do is watch YouTube on my phone. He's like, oh, okay, well, I'll take you off the register and then you won't hear from us for the next 2 years. What do you mean 2 years? Leave me alone permanently, first of all. And then I had to ask him, how did you find me? Because the last time that I think I was meant to have one was when I lived at uni. That was in Essex. What are you doing here? He's like, oh, you know, the system. He said something about the system. That put me on high alert. I'm not putting my details in any more systems. I'll be using an address like Coles Crescent or something like that because my old address from when I was like 6. You ain't gonna catch me again. And then that was the end of that. But the bills have nothing to do with me, first of all. So why are you here? Second of all, the audacity. No one ain't got no TVs, babe. Love Island was great though, guys. What did you...
Well, I mean, when you're incriminating yourself like this, that's probably why they're knocking at your door still. Like, let's be honest. Man said, I'm going to do this and have the TV blaring in the background, bro. Like, sometimes people just be snitching on themselves, bro. Like, if you are going to dodge it, why are you snitching on yourself, bro? Like, honestly, some people, maybe they like brain cells. It is what it is. I mean, I see it all the time. Yeah, I don't think you need it for streaming. A lot of the comments are saying you don't need it for watching Netflix and Amazon unless you're streaming live TV. But she just snitched on herself, bro. Like, why? Why are you doing that, bro? It makes no sense.
Well, guys, here we go. I've got my letter from the TV License Agency dated the 12th of March. It's now the 30th April. We did not hear from you. No, you didn't. And you never will hear from me. They're giving me 10 days. Check that out. They're giving me 10 days to get correctly licensed. Well, that passed about a month ago. A visit's approved. They've approved a visit. Get through those gates. And then here you go. Scott Robertson, Regional Enforcer. Come on, come round. Give it a go. I'm not going to pay it. I'm not going to be contributing anything towards the BBC, the pedos there, or the propaganda that they spin. I want nothing to do with the BBC.
This is where we go from normal people just not wanting to pay it because they don't use it to absolute crazy folk in the just absolute brain broken people online. Just, I don't know what she's doing. Obviously, she's got a lot of money. No one in the UK has gates like that. You can tell she's got a big property, right? Like, let's be real. That money to her is nothing. I'm not saying that she should pay it, but why is she out here trying to goad them online? Why are you doing this? What are you doing, bro? Like, why? Why? There's no need for this. Just don't pay it. Just opt out. There's so many comments on a lot of these just saying, you can opt out. Why are you opting out? Why can't you just opt out of it, brother? Why are you out here saying, oh, the BBC do? Look, I don't necessarily agree with the BBC. I don't watch any of their stuff. I haven't watched it for a long time. I don't even see if they post anything on YouTube. I don't even see it, bro. The BBC means nothing, bro, to be honest. We already know how news networks, they have to run and toe lines of politics, all that. No one really cares about that. Man said she's angry at it for politics and child touchers, bro. Like, what's going on here, bro? Like, obviously that happened at some point. I don't know if Jimmy Savile was on fucking BBC. Fuck, who knows? But like, just opt out of it and they won't send you any letters. Why are you out here just trying to make some statement about it? Like, come break through my gates. Trust me, man. Don't give people, especially online, don't give people bloody incentive to do something to you, bro. I don't understand.
And you don't have a TV license at the moment here. Can I ask you why you don't? And you don't have a TV license at the moment.
You know what's hilarious is I totally forgot about this clip and I just see Jimmy Savile there. So maybe Jimmy Savile was on fucking BBC, bro.
One at the moment?
I just don't need one.
Okay, and the reason why you don't need one at number...
I'll read your address out for the first time. Just protocol.
3. Yeah, EJ.
I just don't need one. So I'll be told
Okay.
soon.
So
I don't
you
need it
watch
to have
any
one.
form of live broadcast from anywhere in the world here at number 6.
Now mention your address for the second time. Please don't upload.
I don't need a TV license.
No,
That's
that
all I'm
wasn't
going to
the
say.
question I asked you, sir.
No, I don't
Do
need
you
to
watch
answer your
any form-
questions.
Okay.
I'm answering just that.
So that's all you want to say.
So know what I will say about this is, right, forget like the horrible quality of the video, but I understand it's very annoying to have these people come around and ask you questions and read out your address, whatever. I mean, he's just reading out your address probably to confirm where you live. What I will never understand is about, especially online, people who don't cooperate with it, like with like police or just with like whoever it may be. If you just speak to them and state your point, right, you don't have to let him in your house. That's what I'm saying. If you just say, look, I don't watch live TV. If you say that, he just asks you, do you watch live TV? If you just said no, he would just be like, cool, I'd probably leave and sign you off it. This brother's purposely being difficult. Like, this is what I don't understand. Why do people love to be purposely difficult, bro? And then they blame the police or they blame someone else for their bad behavior, bro. I will never understand that. Like, for example, if the police pull you over, even if you're doing nothing wrong, I understand that police are a lot of the time very annoying. I've had a few encounters of it where they stop me for no reason. Just walking, they stop me and ask me where I'm going. Bro, just say, oh, I'm just going home, innit? Even if you're not going home, just say I'm going home. And they'll be like, all right. And they'll leave you alone. That's kind of how it is. If you start being hostile, then they start thinking you've got something to hide and it escalates, bro. You know what I mean? It's like, there's no need to escalate it, bro. Just say, yo, I don't need a TV license. He asks, oh, do I watch live TV? No. If he asks to come in your house, say no, innit? And then done. Why are you trying to antagonize him purposely?
So if you're currently not paying your TV license or planning to not pay your TV license, it's bad news. It's bad news for everyone. Even if you're paying your TV license, it could be good news. Not really, it's bad news. So what they have decided is, because there are so many people that cancelled their TV license this year, that they are trying to add on the BBC license onto people's council tax for the year, so it will be included in that cost. So your council tax could be like an extra £15 where you have to pay the TV.
Now, this to me is a mad one still. This is a me too mad one. I know council tax is probably one of the most, not controversial issues, but like, I made a video on council tax. If you want to go see that, you know, you can go look. But people in the comments were not happy with my statements, basically saying, listen, you can't really opt out of it unless you have certain requirements, like if you're a student or whatever. Better people will say, oh, well, you don't know the law, this brother. I think you don't know the law. That's what I think it is. I think you can't go on Google and do a little search and see what happens if you don't pay council tax. And yes, some people will fall through the cracks, right? And they won't enforce it. But what I did learn from the comments is they can actually garnish your wages if you don't pay council tax, bro. It's all well and good saying, oh, I avoided the bailiffs, or they won't send bailiffs. It's just a threat, or whatever. Okay. So what happens when they start garnishing your wages? And then, you know, someone had the gall to reply there. It was so funny. It was so funny. It was like, oh, just cash in hand work. Okay, then. So how are you ever going to buy a house? How are you going to do any of this stuff? You're going to just stack your cash, bruv. What happens if someone rocks in your house and robs you, blood? Like, go on then. Like, it's so funny. People will do such loops in their mind to try and justify why they're correct, or because they got some false information from somewhere. And the irony of saying, do your research, is so funny, bruv. Man said, do your research, brother. It's one Google search away. It's one Google search away. You think this random TikTok guy that you've watched, or this random fake thing you've seen online on Facebook, is more accurate than just doing a Google search and going to the government website, bro? I'm pretty sure the government website's more reliable than fucking Stan, who done this fucking random video on council tax, bro. But anyway, that's my mini rant of the comments on the last video. But like, yeah, man, if they bake it into council tax, I think that's some bullshit, bro. No, most people don't need a TV license. It's just BBC trying to scam money, or whoever it gets the money trying to scam extra money from you. It's not the same as council tax though. That one you do have to pay, guys. Don't be fooled.
TV license bill, because people aren't paying it. I will confess, I actually cancelled my TV license in 2024, and they actually sent someone to my house, and I realised that they knew I was watching BBC iPlayer because I had Sky TV and it logged that I'd watched something on BBC. So I basically had a visit and I had to pay and I had to backdate. I'd only got away with it for like 3 months until someone was at my phone.
Well, then again, there you go. This woman said she was watching BBC stuff about a TV license. Of course, they're going to come after you in that sense. Me, I don't even have anywhere to watch live TV, bro. Like, I'm going to be real. I think the only streaming services I have is Now TV, because every time I try and cancel, and I only have the movie one. Every time I try to cancel it, they just chop my monthly fee in half, bro. Like, I think it's like, what, $7.99 default? Every time I try to cancel, they're like, yeah, we'll give it you 6 months for $2.99. All right, say less. I think I have Amazon Prime. I have like a discount on that as well. It's like £4 something. I don't have Netflix. I don't even have anything like that. I don't have anywhere to watch live TV, so they couldn't say nothing like that to me. I tell you that much for free. But anyway, let's move on.
TV license is a scam. Now, why do we need a TV license to watch Netflix, Prime Video, and YouTube? Look at this letter I got. It says,
So now this is the whole thing of people saying, oh, they're starting to come after you for streaming services. Don't be fooled by that. It's not streaming services. It's watching live TV on streaming services, right? So obviously these are the TV channels. You have the typical 5 that you have like normal programming, the BBC, ITV, Channel 4. I'm not sure what that says. It looks like Dave, but who knows. BBC iPlayer. I don't know anyone who watches fucking BBC iPlayer, bro. What even is there to watch? Like Match of the Day or something, bro? Like nowadays you can watch the highlights for free on bloody YouTube. You have Sky, Virgin, EE. I don't even have a Virgin box anymore, so there you go. ITVX with YouTube, Prime Video, Netflix, and Sky, whatever their thing is. These two, see, this is the scaremongering, putting these 3 there. As in, people will now think that if you watch them in any form, that you will have to pay. Not true. Just if you watch live programming. And I don't even think Netflix, YouTube, and Amazon do that much live programming, to be honest.
previously told us that no one at your address watches TV on any device. Please review this has changed by answering these questions. If you answer yes to any of the below, then it's a legal requirement to buy a TV license.
The music is killing me, bro. The music is killing me. Bare dramatic for no reason. Well, yeah, let's move on.
Hello, sorry to bother you. Do you live here?
Yeah.
Is it your parents' house, is it? Or
Yeah.
are they in at the moment?
Yeah, I'll go get them.
Oh, thank you.
Oh.
Hello, sir, sorry to bother you.
Oh, interesting. Sorry, you work for the TV licensing.
Bro's got to be used to that, man. Why did he chuck it out like that? I do feel a little bit bad for him. The guy was very nice, bro. And that, I guess it is his job, bro. If they come with some energy towards you, then it's one thing. Well, this guy was just being nice. He just did his thing, you know what I mean? People being hostile, this is what I was talking about earlier. There's no need to be hostile, bro. Unless they're hostile to you first, that's one thing, yeah? If you're hostile to you first, then that is what it is. But if you're the one instigating it, it's never going to look good on you in any circumstance. I remember at school, we had this rule, bro. At least, I think it was the rule, because I never got into any fights. But it was always saying, if you throw the first punch in a fight, you're the one who gets excluded, or you're the one who gets kicked out. The other guy, if he's defending himself, it is what it is. He might get like a couple days exclusion, or he might get like a day in whatever it was, like isolation. But if you throw the first punch, most of the blame is going to go on you. And I think that's how it goes in most circumstances in general. If you're the guy instigating the hostility towards these people, right, then it is what it is. It's like when people treat people at supermarkets or like waiters badly. Ultimately, they're not the ones to blame if the people above them are telling them to do something. This guy just works for them. I understand, like, maybe you could argue he shouldn't be doing that job, or who wants to do that job, whatever. But it's one thing to be mean to people, especially this guy was just being nice, bro. Although, yeah, he's serving you your TV license thing. Just opt out. Just bin it. Don't have to chuck it out in his face or whatever, yeah.
I live in England and I just got sent a letter in the mail saying that an officer's coming to visit me at my house. And you're probably thinking, Dalla, what? Are you a criminal? Well, it fucking turns out that I am.
What I will say is, I feel like this TV license thing definitely will prey on people who move to the UK. If you haven't dealt with this before, it's definitely going to be a bit of a shock if you're coming from America or coming from Australia and it's like TV license, because a lot of people don't actually go and research what the requirements of it are. They more just read TV license and go, oh my goodness, I need a license to pay for having a TV. Or like, no, it's not how it works. I would advise you go and look at the actual requirements, especially if you're moving here.
Why you're being visited? To ensure you have a fucking TV license, and this includes Amazon. You need a fucking license to watch TV. What the fuck kind of rule is that? You can't even watch Netflix on your laptop without needing a license.
Again, that's not true. This is what I mean with the misinformation and that shit, bro. And then this is how it breeds, bro. This is what I realized from the council tax. You have one guy who spreads a little nugget of misinformation and then the comments going mad. Like, there's some guy in the comments writing about how America, this is why we got Second Amendment. We would never stand for this shit. Man, shut your dumb ass up, bro. Like, this is what I mean, man. Like, these Americans are so funny, bro. Like, Americans are so funny. They have the biggest illusion of freedom in their head because they can own a gun and they feel like they can be racist on the road and say some shit and they think it gives them freedom. When in reality, it's just the same as everywhere else, bro. there are certain things if you do, you're gonna go to jail for, bro. You know what I mean? Like saying, oh, I don't have to pay my TV license. Like, it kills me because it's the same thing. Like, let's say you actually have to pay TV license and they take it to a debt collection agency, right? I'm not saying and stuff like that. Same with council tax, brother. You're gonna have to pay it one way or another, and that would go for America. When you have stuff to pay there, you're gonna go to court as well and have to pay it. It's like, I don't understand. I don't understand this weird illusion these lot have. Like, it's so funny. It's like, we have freedom of speech. Do you really actually have freedom of speech, buddy? Like, you can't say whatever you want, can you? You can't exactly say anything you want. There is exceptions everywhere. Man said we wouldn't stand for this. It's so funny. It's so funny coming from an American. Like we did in the council tax one, we're going to take a look at an actual lawyer, okay? Because, or solicitor, whatever you want to call it, telling you how it actually works, because this is where you should get your legal information from and where you should pay stuff. Don't look at random people online and look at the comments of fucking TikTok or Instagram Reels or even YouTube videos, because people chat shit all the time.
TV licensing letters, how should you respond? Let's break this down. A TV license is only required if you watch live TV on any device, platform or channel, or stream or download content from BBC iPlayer. But if you're only watching on-demand content on platforms such as Netflix, YouTube or Prime, you do not need a license. Yet TV licensing often send letters claiming that they know that you've been watching BBC iPlayer. But here's the truth. They cannot see what you're watching. They're relying on assumptions, like whether you've got BBC iPlayer installed on your device. But simply having the app doesn't mean you've used it.
That's very true, but if you're not going to use it, why do you have it installed? Unless it was just sitting on an old iPad or something, maybe. But like, this is one thing I hate about this. Why are they trying to make assumptions saying, we know you've been watching it? If you don't know, then why are you making false claims, bro? Like, surely there's going to be some guy who's rich enough and petty enough. If there was a guy who's rich enough and petty enough to sue them for that shit, it would be funny. I don't know if they could actually make a good case on that, but it would be funny.
First, call them and ask them whether you actually need a license. If they insist, demand proof. If you don't need one, ask them to stop sending you threatening letters. And if they keep harassing you, warn them that you'll file an official complaint. Don't pay for something you don't need.
Official complaint? Official complaint with who exactly? Like, who am I filing that complaint with? That's what I'd like to know. That's mad that if they keep harassing you even after you prove yourself, or they can't prove that you fingered it, then you can only file a complaint? That's actually a bit mad to me.
BBC TV licensing have opened an investigation into 500,000 households cancelling their TV license.
See, what kills me is if 500,000 people in the UK have cancelled it, right? In a what? How many people live in this country? 60 something million. Obviously, there's multiple people in houses, whatever. However many households there are, whatever. That many people have cancelled it. Surely you'd look inwards and say, maybe we are not providing the value and we are not moving with the times. We are not providing good shows anymore that people want to watch, right? Or maybe our form of payment is outdated. No, they're probably just going to try and force you to pay it, try and send threatening letters. That's how we do it, right? Because they're probably lazy and they can't be asked, and they think they make good shit when they don't. That's probably what it really is.
TV licensing has sent out letters saying it has opened an investigation into UK households after 500,000 households cancelled their direct debits. So here's the crazy thing. That was last year, back end of summer. As of today, even more people have cancelled the direct debits. Put the point across of why they don't need a TV license. Many people just don't watch live TV. They just watch like YouTube, Netflix, all the other platforms, but don't watch anything live on it. Because obviously, as we know, you can watch things live on YouTube and Netflix, and people obviously didn't understand that. People were saying, oh, if you're watching YouTube, you need a TV license. They were saying you need a TV license if you watch things on your phone, which were live. And me personally, I think the BBC started to scrape at the bottom of the barrel with the excuses they were coming out with. Because let's have it right, they were losing a lot of money.
Again, losing a lot of money, and whose fault is that? It's their fault, bro, because they don't make things people want to watch, or they purposely antagonize the public in some senses, or they just put out things that people don't agree with, or it's misinformation, and people have cottoned onto that shit. I think people are a little bit more media savvy now, especially people definitely don't trust the legacy media. I know it's more of an American thing, right? And I think it started a lot with Donald Trump and like the 2016 thing and him having issues with like CNN and all those companies in America, right? But obviously all countries have their sort of government broadcasting and like their legacy media, and I think all in all now, people just don't trust it at all. People would rather get their information from social media, right, and independent people. And in some cases, it's good because you can get a more balanced perspective. You can see all sides. But then again, I think most people may be a bit too lazy to do actual research into all sides. But I just think BBC has fallen like behind, bro. Like no one cares. Like I said, no one cares, bro. They don't make shows people want to watch anymore. And now there's more options. People realize that, oh, this stuff is arse. I can go watch much better TV programs and much better shows, whatever it may be, on Netflix or on Amazon Prime, or I could just watch YouTube videos. They're more entertaining than fucking EastEnders or whatever. I don't even know what BBC do. Like Match of the Day, is that it? You can watch football highlights. Like I said, football highlights are free on YouTube now, bro. So like, what? Why would I go and watch football highlights on BBC at bloody 10 o'clock at night when I could go watch it straight after the game on YouTube? You know what I mean?
That's when they went on and tried to team up with Netflix and YouTube and tried to integrate it into, if you use these, you need to pay a TV license. And some people just went, do you know what? I'm not paying it anymore. I don't like the BBC. I don't like what you do. I don't watch live TV anyway. Stick it up your backside. For me personally, I think them numbers are just going to carry on going up. Up
More
and
than
up
likely.
and up and up. And I don't blame people. So yeah, if you don't watch live TV, go and have a look. You might not even need one.
I think most people at this point have cottoned onto it, bro. Like, they're probably like, yeah, I'm not going to pay it. What they do is, it's the purpose, like you said, it's the blurring of the line, saying, oh, if you watch this, if you watch it on a phone, because most people might not even have a TV nowadays, right? Because, like, no one really needs a TV. Unless you like to play video games on a big screen, or maybe you have a family like to watch movies on a big screen. Most people are watching on laptops, monitors, phones, probably, iPads. Like, no one's watching that. So they purposely say, oh, if you watch on a phone, if you watch YouTube, whereas if you stream live content on YouTube, right? So yeah. But yes, ladies and gentlemen, that is people melting down over the TV license. You guys let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Personally, I haven't had a TV license for a few years now. I mean, I'm not even, I think my mum was the one who cancelled it like whenever, and we just don't watch live TV, so it doesn't apply to us. We don't even have like a box to watch TV on, so it is what it is. We don't need it. I mainly watch YouTube and Amazon Prime or Now TV to watch movies. That's about it, really. And yeah, you guys let me know your thoughts on it. Should they just scrap it all together? Should the BBC actually make good TV shows that people want to watch, right? And maybe people will watch it. But yeah, you guys let me know your thoughts below. If there's any other topics you want me to cover, let me know in the comments below. And yeah, I'm sure you enjoy some of my other videos that will pop up on the screen now. And yeah, I'll see you all in the next one.